Like and subscribe right now, or this spider will crawl on your face when you're sleeping.
10 siren head sightings caught on tape. Of late, there's been several sightings of what can only be described as an otherworldly being roaming the globe, causing quite the unrest. Now, given that we've seen several unbelievable monsters, several that might make you ask, what makes this one especially grotesque or any more monstery than all the others? Well, let me break it down for you. To begin with, the now infamous siren heads are a wiry, desiccated hominid with 2 metal sirens on what would ideally be their head. How do they hunt and feed? Siren heads are deceptively canny killers who bait their prey by mimicking a familiar voice. For example, the voice of a friend or a pet. If you remember Slender Man, siren heads are basically the newer, scarier, updated version of that monstrosity. Originally, we considered that these stories were merely urban legends. Scary stories told to Gen Z babies to make them fall in line. But new evidence suggests otherwise. So far, there's been actual sightings as well as primeval cave paintings. And we have it all. So brace yourself for a ride on the weird side. Number 10. The security siren head. This now viral 1-minute clip shows a man who's supposedly broken into a classified government facility. Within the first few minutes, it becomes clear that he's searching for some classified government secrets to uncover. Things slowly start getting bizarre when he makes his way down a path and starts noticing splatters of blood. At this point, you can already hear abnormal siren noises coming from a distance. Just as he's about to leave, he notices a slender creature up the hill. And just as they do, the camera starts glitching. An effect of the creature, perhaps? The siren head seems to be standing guard as if guarding the facility against intruders. Maybe it's even responsible for the traces of blood from earlier on the video. Logically, the intruder runs for his life, because who wouldn't given this monster's track record? No pun intended. Sadly, the video ends just as the guy is making an attempt at hiding himself, and we don't really know what happens afterward. But seeing as the video was uploaded, and yet another made that showed him going back, it's safe to assume he lived, or at the very least, that he didn't die in the first encounter. Before we move on, I've got a little challenge for you that'll take 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal. You just leave a like on this video, smash that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell, and you will get 25 years of amazing luck. Try it, it really works. Number 9. The Knackered Siren Head. In yet another viral video, apparently supposed to be indisputable evidence of a living siren head, a man can be seen driving through an unidentified wilderness while recording the siren head. The video shows a siren head hounding towards the cameraman in a very labored manner, as if it's aged or worn out of energy. It appears to have been hidden behind one of the trees before the man spotted it. We can only assume that the chase began soon after. This might be the clearest sighting of the strange creature, which in itself has stirred a lot of controversy and questions alike. Top among them is why the camera appears that stable if the person was really running for their life. To add to this, the video itself is too short, making it extremely difficult to draw any conclusions from it. I don't know about you, but if I'm running for my life, tired monster or not, I'm not pausing to make sure I get enough footage. I'm taking what I can and exiting stage. Number 8. The Local Siren Head. This video is perhaps the most unique of the bunch. So far, most of the sightings have been either in forests, abandoned places, or in classified government facilities. All except this one. This video conveys something more unbelievable. This particular siren head was seen in broad daylight in a suburb. In the video, a man is seen looking for a booming noise troubling his neighborhood. And guess what he finds? Yep, a siren head. The man verifies that the loud sound was from the infamous siren head. You can see the creature moving past the windmill. You can see its dark silhouette as it walks past in giant leaps, its long arms by its side flailing along as it walks. Many have claimed that the video looks suspicious, taking into consideration how the cars seem to just pass by the road without much of a reaction. Additionally, fanatics have claimed that the long necks of the siren head are quite exaggerated, making it an obvious hoax. Trevor Henderson, a horror cartoonist and a siren head aficionado, claims that the beasts come in many species, but none of them have ever been portrayed to have very long necks. The only body parts that have been stated to be lengthy are their legs and arms. To think that this towering monster actually comes in more than one kind is enough to give me nightmares today. Imagine a whole family of these things just coming at you. Number 7. The PURGE-style siren head. Siren heads are known to be super carnivorous savages. They're shrewd lurkers, perfect as horror stories for horror fans. But these beasts are not exactly known for their stealth or their camouflage. They're loud and often stomp when they pass. This video shows quite the opposite. We see a group of boys in a house walk towards the window, and from there you can see the siren lumbering down the street with the streetlights dimly illuminating it. Initially, the video looks quite realistic, almost making you consider for a hot minute that it might be real. A quick investigation will show you, however, that there's no way this thing could be real, given that only the boys seem to be aware of its presence. I'm just glad I've not encountered one of these guys because I may think I'm fast, but I'm not sure I could outrun this guy. Fear would literally cripple me. Number 6. Run! Just so we're clear, there's more than one species of siren head, and the many species come with diverse powers and abilities. What they have in common is the megaphone strategically placed on each side of their supposed heads. They also have the same signature towering, wasted skeletal frames enclosed in equally dried, shriveled flesh. The siren heads in this video were spotted in an unidentified location, and what's even stranger is that they don't appear like they mind being filmed. I guess as long as you do it from a safe distance. Like lions in a zoo, it seems. Question is, why on earth would anyone decide to just randomly go to such a creepy place? What random series of thoughts go through one's mind for them to even consider this? To add to this, it just so happens to be a place where more than one of these atrocities, for a lack of better word, can be found. The weather is not a great motivation either. It looks horrendous. Loud bursts of wind whooshing back and forth, and lightning booming down. The thing with these monsters is that you can never be too safe. You think you're at a safe distance, and suddenly they're right behind you. Given that we don't really know the full scope of these creatures' powers, it's dumb to even attempt this. It's safest to just run as fast as you can in the opposite direction when you remotely hear the haunting calls. But even then, it might be too late. Number 5. Caught on trail cam. The video might look hazy due to the impenetrable smog in the area, which not only makes it challenging to see, but also makes for a very eerie ambiance in the woods. The video was most probably recorded by a wildlife surveillance camera installed in the woods. What the camera captured, however, is incredible and completely startling. It might be a little hard to see through all the fog, but you can make out the outline of a colossally towering creature rambling in the background. We promise that's not a moose, at least none that we know of. It's without a doubt a siren head. You can even clearly hear its signature wailing sounds, almost identical to tornado warning sirens. So far, there's only a single creature that we know of that blasts out siren sounds, static frequencies, and various bizarre sounds, with the purpose of distorting its prey. Generally, seeing as there's no evident effort to terrify us with a jump scare at the end, makes you really consider the authenticity of the video. Also makes you wonder, are these guys that bad, or do they just want to be left alone? Number 4. Caught during YouTube Live. While broadcasting live from his home in Tanyard Creek, Arkansas, a YouTuber called DX Army and a team of friends made the bad decision of venturing into the dark woods of a state-owned park. They foolishly expected to bust wide open the Chad Goweck saga, in which Chad and a similar group of colleagues were confronted by the Siren Head in those same woods on July 16, 1995. Chad was the only survivor. Armed with a camera, torches, and determination to put the Siren Head myth to bed, the troop proceeded into the woods. Regardless of the fact that the 1995 Chad saga may have just been real, The bunch then wandered off a bit, and after some time were able to find their footing. All this time, they had been streaming the whole ordeal on YouTube. While they were stumbling around, they heard weird sounds approaching from the woods, but their camera could not exactly make out where they were coming from. Their flashlights were not much help either, and at that moment, they found exactly what they had been looking for. Or did it find them? Number 3, sighting in India. This video, uploaded by a TikToker, shows him going outside his house to inspect an abnormal siren coming from the adjacent forest. You can even see crows fly off to safety, a clear sign they've been alarmed. The siren head in the video was seen in India, and what's unsettling is the fact that it looks like nothing like we've seen before. A new species, perhaps? Our guess is that since this particular creature doesn't look to be heavily scrawny like its predecessors, it's probably gobbled up more people. The rustic metallic hue of its frame and its now famous dual bullhorn's head are all too recognizable. But don't lie to yourself. This is not a fella you can get cozy around. You know, just in case you lower your guard and inexplicably find yourself in its long, bony hands. This guy is easily and truthfully ghastlier every time you see it. Hold on just a minute. Has there been a UFO just hovering up there this whole time? Is this a new twist to the creature's origins? And with that, it's now time for today's best pick. Today's photo was sent to us by a subscriber, so if you come across a photo online and want to know more details about it, just send it over to us. We might even feature it on our future video. Number 2, Man About Town. Our next Siren Head confrontation video comes from TikToker Alex Howard. Hold on to your pillows, boys and girls. This is personally the first video I ever saw of a Siren Head, and I'll admit, it shook me. Formidably looming over an undisclosed city, the scrawny-looking figure has long clawed arms flailing on its sides as it staggers through what looks like a residential neighborhood. I can only imagine the damage. In its wake, you can hear eerie siren sounds and loud rumbling noises. If you're frequently on TikTok, then my guess is this is not your first encounter. Although I'm praying it's your last. The world is already scary enough as is. You've most likely seen it. This towering monstrosity is easily a close contender to the likes of Slender Man. Number 1, Hide and Seek Siren Head. This video, shot in found footage style, shows a Siren Head sighting in broad daylight. But the strangest part is him ducking and hiding behind trees and buildings. Maybe the big guy wants to play. Monsters can have fun too, you know. The camera person was trying to find Siren Head, but I'm not quite sure he understood what he found. After all this video evidence, should we finally accept that the Siren Head is real? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below.